Good morning and welcome to SunRise. This is SunRise. We are on the air every Monday and Wednesday with a story from a young American doing something positive. This is part of Dr. Surajit Khanna's Returning Youth Initiative, which is planning to be in all 3,142 counties in the nation, as you can see here. And what he does is he's trying to help post-incarcerated young adults coming out of prison and those who are at risk get back into society with a job, a place to live, and ownership opportunities into businesses. So we're going to be starting new businesses, and they have to work for it, but they can work towards ownership of those businesses. Please join us at returningyouth.com, returningyouth.com, and explore information. Part of what we do is we have SunRise every Monday and Wednesday, and we highlight a young American that's doing something interesting, positive in the culture today. And today I want to welcome, good morning, Hassan Thomas.
Hello, hello. Thank you for having me on. It's a blessing to be here with you.
God bless you. Listen, Hassan is a recent graduate with business administration with a minors in marketing and accounting from Maryville College in Tennessee, but he decided to move down in Miami, where it's a little bit warmer. He's an author. He is so young and a speaker. Now, listen, for someone this young, I've got something that blows my mind. He has already spoken to over 50 financial literacy workshops. He has help people with how to manage their money, how to budget, what to do with credit card debt. We actually just had this session on Monday, so this is very topical for us.
Yes.
He is also the host of the award-winning, and he won an award. He's going to tell us what it is, but it's called FYI FLI. FYI FLI. It's for your information, financial literacy and investing. Let's meet Hassan Thomas. He's an author. We're going to talk about his books, and we're going to go quickly here. And Hassan, good morning. So
thank you.
Let's start off the bat. I want to ask you, as you know, we're trying to help post-incarcerated youth. You're trying to help young people because, listen, if they're financially stable, they're not. The tendency is not to do illegal things. I want to ask you,
Facts.
What are you seeing in your age group in terms of drug abuse, wasting money, crime, things that are not helpful to a person?
Yeah, so I'm originally from Houston, Texas, and I grew up out there, played football out there, had many people that I called brothers, and a multitude of people actually passed away from selling drugs and being in the drug game. And
passed away? You mean they overdosed?
No, they were murdered.
Murdered?
Yes.
Wow. So these are people you actually knew?
Yeah, I played football with them.
So they
went to high school, college, things of that nature with them, and like I said, were murdered from drug violence and all of those things. And I honestly feels like it comes from the environment. Your
Yes.
upbringing. I think that's something that's so important for the youth listening. Even though you're in that environment, what we have nowadays with technology and different resources, we can kind of escape our physical environment with our digital environment. So
wow, I like that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I just want them to try to change some of the things that they're listening to. Go on YouTube and look up people that you want to be like. Go to YouTube and search, whatever you're passionate about. You can learn things. And I think with financial literacy, it's so cool because you can learn and then you can earn. It's not like learning about the mitochondrion, in chemistry. It's not like learning those things. If you want to be a chemist, that's you. But but for financial literacy, financial literacy sounds like a big word, but financial is finance, is money. Literacy is understanding. Money rules the world. So we need to understand money so we can rule the world.
All right. Well, I don't know who rule the world. Who's going to rule the world? I want to rule the world. I don't want you to rule the world. So we got to be careful about that. Let's talk about helping people rule their own lives. Let's stay
Yes.
focused on that, because as soon as you get into the rule the world things, Hassan, I think that's a slippery slope there. We should help ourselves, help our family, help each other.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about your prosperity radio.
Yes, yes. So I just started a radio show for a great company out in Orlando called Spondulix. And our goal is to really bridge the gap between entertainment and education. Oftentimes, education or financial education is boring, it's dull. So we want to spice it up, bring some fun into it, and really take away the fear out of finance. So that's what we do on a Prosperity One. We have prosperous conversations about money and success, and it's really just exposing people to more, exposing people to people who are doing great things in the community, as you mentioned, because we see oftentimes the bad things. And if we can see the opposite, then we can start to mimic that a little more.
Now, here's your book. You wrote a book, your first book, From College to COVID. So you graduated and then you got COVID, you got sick, and you were in the hospital. Is that what this book is? Is that what this book is about?
No, not all the way, not all the way. It's funny. I actually got COVID before it was cool. I got COVID in 2019 before 2020 came around. But
Wow.
this book was called From College to COVID, and it's 24 lessons that I learned during the lockdown. And how the book plays out is 5 lessons that I learned going from college to COVID. And then I included 19 lessons from my podcast guests that I interviewed to intertwine some of their specialties. So you have everything from money mindset to entrepreneurship, credit, travel hacking, learning how to travel, cheaply. You have student debt elimination.
So
Any and everything you need is in that book.
You've done over 50 talks. That's amazing, Hassan, for a young person. You wrote a book. I know you're coming out with a second book. We're going to get that to a second. Have you seen people's lives change? Because you said you even have done seminars up to 65 years old. Have you seen people's life change positively? Do you think you have maybe hindered someone from going into crime?
For sure, for sure. And it's been amazing to see, because I always say, I've always worked physical jobs. I've worked at grocery stores. I've worked at J.C. Penney. I've worked at Sam's Club. So being able to make an impact from behind a mic has been truly incredible for me. I can even
talking about behind the mic. Here is a picture. Here's a picture of your podcast, your Apple podcast. For your information, financial and literacy in investing, FYI FLI. I love it.
Sir. Yes, sir. So we actually won a podcast of the year at the Southern Entertainment Awards last year for the podcast.
Podcast winner of the year by the Southern Entertainment. That's amazing. And you have 83 podcasts, 83.
Yes, sir. Since 2020, since I graduated, man, I really just took the passion that I have for sports, because I'm a former football player. I played running back and safety at Maryville College. And I just took that passion and put it right into financial literacy, because I realized, if the students graduating didn't have parents that taught them this information, they're graduating college without understanding how to be a successful adult. Because like we said, everything runs around money. We need money to be on this. We need money to commute. We need money to live. So without that knowledge, it's going to be hard to do the adult things that we want to do.
Adult things are important. So do you have a job now? How are you sustaining yourself?
So I'm running my business. I make content for companies. I start radio shows and things of that nature. So give speeches and keynotes, as we mentioned, about 50 plus. So
how does somebody get in contact with you if you wanted to?
For sure. So you can contact me at info@FYIFLI.com. Again, that is
FYIFLI.com.
Yes, but I have to make sure that I say the FYIFLI, because they could think it's fly, and that would send it to the wrong.
There's no Y in FLI. Okay, there's no Y in FLI. Hey, Hassan, I know this is quick, but we want to continue our relationship. You seem like a genuine person.
Sure.
You seem like you can we have a good back and forth. I definitely want to stay in touch with you.
Definitely.
Please join us Monday, Wednesday on SunRise with Dr. Surajit Khanna. You can join us on YouTube. It's at Returning Youth. That's the signal for the YouTube. And I want to just say thank you, Hassan, for joining us. I plan to